Hello there, Neil Down here. Now, do you remember me telling you about the fact that I was getting a new garden shed? Oh, now I can just sense your excitement, but I'm not going to show you the new garden shed. Thing is, I told you that I was going to clear away, demolish the old shed, and put in a new flower bed. Now I can scarce contain my excitement. Problem was that, of course, things happened. The winter came. Do you remember the snow in early December and later on? So there was the shed stuck in the snow, couldn't get out to demolish it. And eventually, of course, when the rain had stopped, I was able to get out there. And I started demolishing the shed. I took out the windows and had to take out the glass very carefully and put it by the side of the house. And then, of course, there was the door. Yeah, I took the door off and then take the sides down and progressively began to demolish the shed. And, of course, a friend of mine said, make sure that whatever you do, Neil, you do it neatly, saves you a lot of time later on. So I was very careful. But you see, it reminded me of this passage from the Bible, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, where it says that there's a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And I thought to myself, well, I suppose it's rather like the squirrel, in my garden. There's a time for him to feed and there's a time for him to run away. Well, the time has now come for me to begin to put together my new flower bed. And I'm going to get Mrs. Hudson to help me because there's some very heavy slabs, paving slabs that have got to be removed, and I think she'll be just the person to do it for me. Very strong, Mrs. Hudson. I think it's carrying all the laundry, Anyway, instead of the sound of the saw and the hammer on the old shed, but we can just relax a bit and listen to the sound of the birds. Bye!
Today this could be the greatest day of our lives. If we meet Jesus before we run out of time, stay close to Him. Stay close to Him. Let your soul come alive tonight.